Hello, I do not know what's going on here. I have some technical difficulties, but let's see if we can start all the way over, see what happens. Okay, so welcome this week's sixth episode to Journey to Authenticity. Woo! Today I'm talking about scarcity versus abundance. And I am hoping that everyone during this Thanksgiving time is full of abundance. There's no sense of lack in their lives and everything's great. But if by chance these five signs of a scarcity mindset might be you, I've got some tips for you. So let's get started. Number one, there's this scarcity mindset when you have the pitfall of permanence. So the pitfall of permanence is where you say things like, well, it's just the way that it is. And that's my life is supposed to be this way. And I've been dealt a raw deal or whatever. It is what it is. So when you feel yourself feeling that way and that there is nothing that's ever going to change in your life, here's your solution. You have the ability to take control of your own happiness. You have the ability to take control of your own happiness. This is all everything I'm going to talk about today is all about awareness. The more that you become aware, the more you can make those conscious changes and choices. So remember the saying that from mom long ago, and still to this day, this too shall pass. That's more of the abundant mindset. That's not feeling that same level of permanence in your scarcity. So remember, you have the ability to change your mindset with your own control of your own, you have control of your own mind and your own thoughts. Okay, number two, thoughts become things. When we say things like, I don't have it, or I can't get it, or I don't, or I'm not, all of these words, all of these thoughts that we say become things. They actually become true, and we begin to believe them, and there are stories. And they're not true. Really, stop yourself when you hear yourself say, I can't. How true is that? Ask yourself. So here's the solution. When you become more aware of your thoughts, you can shift your mindset and they don't have to become words in a negative way. You can shift your mindset toward more abundance and think of the things that you do have. Think of the things that you can do. Think of the possibilities and shift your mindset to make those your words instead of holding on to words like I can't. Okay? Because everything is possible. Number three, keeping up with the Joneses, comparing yourself to everyone else and what he's got, she's got, he doesn't, he does this and does that. So this is a sickness that we have when everything that we feel is not good enough or we aren't good enough. What we have isn't enough. Bigger is better. So this mindset really is all about scarcity. So here's your solution. Everything's attainable. Everything's achievable, but not until you're able to shift away from this scarcity mindset. You're not able to create anything for yourself when all you're feeling is a sense of lack, when I can't, or I won't, or I'm never going to. So get out of the rut of those mindsets. Shift it into high gear and think of the things of, okay, if this is attainable, this is achievable, what does it look like in being able to acquire? How do I do it? Put the action steps together and get it done. Number four, skimping yourself. How often have you been at work and you just kind of feel like, yeah, maybe I'll skip out a little early today. All right, well, that's fine because we all tend to want to leave early and it's justifiable. However, there's certain other areas of our life in addition to work, in our relationships where we're just kind of like, yeah, all right, whatever. And this mental mindset of scarcity and lack shows up in everything we don't give of ourselves. So how can you create a more positive effect with yourself in giving, being more generous of your time, of your space, of your energy, of your effort? Because otherwise what happens is it catalyzes to can be catastrophic. So when you hold on to those ideas of you're not giving your 100%, the effect can be drastic. your relationships suffer, your work suffers, you suffer. So no one wants this. Shift your mindset into, how can I give just a little bit more to my relationship? And it doesn't mean that you're giving of yourself, because you don't want to sacrifice who you are, but just being aware of the fact that having a scarce mindset oftentimes makes us feel like how do I put this? If I don't have, then others don't deserve. So that's kind of the lumped universal mindset of scarcity. So be aware of how you may be not showing up at your best when you're feeling like you don't get something out of it, or you're not receiving something. So a lot of this goes back to an unconditional love as well. When you're able just to give of yourself, then you're going to get that back tenfold. All right, so let's move on to number five. Five, golden. This is the time of the year where we're so joyous and happy and abundant, right? All right, so number 5, we justify our overindulgence. What the hell does that mean? Okay, this is the most interesting one and probably the hardest one for us to really comprehend. We were born with abundant mentality, believe it or not. However, throughout life's experiences and the way society has sucked that abundance out of us and made us believe in some ridiculous conditioned way that we should be scarce and lacking, we have deprived ourselves of the pleasures in life that we so seek. And what we have then done is found ways to put gratification in instantly, right? Overeating, overspending, overindulging, spending overage time on social media. So all of these things that create the instant gratification effect, it's based on our mindset of depravity. So we don't have enough love in our life, so we get it through social media. So we don't have enough money in our life, so we go and spend all of it. We don't have enough food in our house, so we go and eat everything. And a lot of it comes from just the idea of we're depriving ourselves of the thought that we don't have it. So it satisfies us just enough instantly to go and get it. Does that make sense? If not, hit me up, Karen at nextleveldirection.com, and we can talk a little bit more about it. But here's the solution, truly. Again, it goes back to awareness. And really, the only way here is to start to seek those healthy pleasures in life to satisfy that space that we feel lacking in. If it's that we're lacking in our relationship, then find a relationship that you love and spend time there. If you're lacking in your financial situation, then really look and see, how bad is it? How can I adjust my financial situation in a way that it actually works for me? Time, right? Well, this is one of the sicknesses in life that we feel lacking in time. Adjust your mindset enough that you're not racing against the clock. The clock is not needing to dictate how you're doing in your day. It's really all more about how well you feel about the things that you're doing in your day. Do you have joy? Are the things that you're doing create joy for you? Of course, then you're going to have an abundant mentality. That's how we shift to feeling less indulgent, less instant gratification, so that we put those things of purposeful intent around pleasure in our lives. All right, those are the 5 things, right? Ready? Pitfall of permanence. Thoughts become things, keeping up with the Joneses, skimping yourself, and justifying overindulgence. Become aware, make conscious choices of how you show up more positively, more along the lines of abundance, of the things that you do have, show gratitude, and your heart will expand. All right, so it's a karmic law, really. The more you give, the more you'll receive. And if you don't feel it, then truly it is coming from a place of scarcity. All right, so with that, I am going to attempt to send my little limerick that I created this week about abundance. Yay, this is my gift to you. All right, so happy Thanksgiving, everyone. If you have any questions about scarcity or concerned about maybe some of this in your own life and you want to shift to a more of an abundant mindset, please, please, please email me at Karen@nextleveldirection.com. Otherwise, I will see you next week. Love, love, love. Kisses, Sakari, you're the best. And otherwise, again, happy Thanksgiving.